Well, we recently had MakerFest, and all the kids were going to the Allen County Fairgrounds for this event. And we're going to learn more about it and why it is so important. Joining me today, to my immediate left, Cindy Leis. She is, of course, the president and CEO of Allen Economic Leadership and Development Group. Sorry, Cindy. And then we have Dave Stratton, president and CEO of Greater Lima Region.
Hi,
so thank you guys for coming today.
Hi. Great to be here.
Okay, so MakerFest, we've had it for several years, but Dave, tell us about it, how it comes together, and who's involved.
We had MakerFest for 5 years, 2015 to 2019. We were off for a few years. That was more of a job placement. This really is looking at career pathways. And so what we're looking to do is regionally trying to bring people together to support students so that they might start thinking about what will the future be and what kind of opportunities are there.
So how many students did you have? Where did they come from?
It was an amazing event. This was a star all the way around. There were about 1,500 high school freshmen and sophomore students from 22 schools, 9 from Allen County. So there was a regional focus here. There were 54 businesses, 77 activities, and all of that was really, it was a supreme event. We had a welcome at the beginning, a closing. We had different speakers for the students. Again, it was just to get them wired.
Now, Cindy, I was kind of surprised he said, I thought you'd be targeting juniors and seniors, but tell us how you have these businesses here and what you want the kids to think about when they're there.
Yeah, well, our businesses, those 54 businesses that participated, I mean, we're listening to them, and they were the ones that indicated, we need to start at a younger age. So we started thinking about the freshman and sophomore because they don't really have an idea of what they want to do in their high school years and beyond. So our businesses thought it'd be a good idea for us to start a little younger so that they could understand what kind of career paths are available to them with some of our local businesses.
So did you see their eyes open wide and oh, I didn't even know that was in our area? What did you see?
They really were excited, and I wish that when I was that age, I could have done the same thing that these students are experiencing, because they walked around, they had 7 demonstrations of different businesses and different activities, and so they got to have some hands-on experience.
Wow, that is something else. So do you think that they've okay, this is what I need to do so I can be able to get that job eventually?
Yeah, and maybe what they're not called to do.
That's a good point too, yes.
I mean, the medical field, let's face it, it's for some, but not for all. And so there may be a student that observed some things at one of the hospital demonstrations that they just didn't find very appealing. And so they experimented also other areas.
Right, yeah, well, there's nothing like that. Seeing the demonstrations, getting a little bit of hands-on stuff, because that's how you kind of know if you liked it or not, right?
And we had a couple of speakers too, adult speakers, that talked about, hey, I started a path in one career, but guess what? 5-10 years later, I was doing something else. So it's a good idea to have maybe a plan B in going into your career for the future.
Yeah. Well, Dave, when you and Cindy are out there working on economic development, I mean, it's important to know what businesses need, because you need that workforce, right?
For sure. So we're out talking to businesses all the time. You know what? Often they're saying, great, we thank you for helping with our business, with our facility, with tax abatements. That's all great, but you better still work on workforce, and you better work on housing, you better work on downtown vibrancy. So a lot of that portion is going to really swing over to the GLR, Greater Lima Region, working closely with EDGE, and EDGE, Allen Economic Development Group, is going to do a lot of that as well. But we need to have more focus on the workforce piece. Could it be other things could take place beyond MakerFest? Absolutely. And I think there's even a consideration for going younger, because let's face it, junior high students or even 5th and 6th grade students, they need to start thinking about their pathway. And what I found, and you mentioned this, these students give you a lot of optimism for the future.
That's good.
They were beautiful kids that really were very engaging and very polite, and they really, and that's what we're hearing from the participants. They were thrilled with the event.
All right, sounds like it was a great MakerFest. You guys, thanks for coming today and explaining why it was so important and why we need to continue.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thanks, Holly.
All right, don't go away. New Edition continues in a moment.